Hi, this is part 8. It's Gadget again. And basically what happened was, like I said, I'm going to talk about Actors Rep. So I've been working at Babies R Us, and I was still getting the pains in my side, like I said I got in the past when all that was going on, right? But I kept ignoring it because never go to doctors. Never knew I needed to and everything, even though I had the medical insurance and stuff, right? So I said I also need money because I have to get out of that house. That house is horrible, right? And you still are hearing no boyfriend, no whatever. Wait, it's coming, okay? That might be in other parts, but there was still no love, okay? So I'm working at Babies R Us. I work at Actors Rep. Got picked. The agent didn't realize I was 21, 22 and everything. He thought I was younger. He just called me kid. I miss him to death, but what can you do, right? So I'm working. My first big movie was Martin and Orloff, and I had just started working at Babies R Us, and I'm like, what do I do? Let's just say I'm glad I made the decision I did, because if I had not taken Babies R Us and still did Actors Rep at the same time, but did less stuff with Actors Rep, I might not be here today. It turns out that I had an ovarian cyst that could have ruptured and killed me. It was a dermoid cyst, and if I didn't keep Babies R Us with the medical insurance, I'd be dead right now. It was actually causing more problems than they let on, and I know it was because I heard people talking. They didn't want to upset me or anything, but it explains a lot for my weight gain in high school. It explains a lot, and they think it was the cortisone that did it. It triggered something because my mom, I bite that with my tongue because there's another theory about everything, and I'm not going into that detail because that's just my own personal theory. Her family is prone to cysts. My grandmother had cystic breasts. My mom has Stein-Levendal. And my sister and me made a joke and said, whatever mommy has, whoever gets it first, because my mom also had a gallbladder out, whoever gets it out of the two of us first is going to have the other. Well, my sister had her gallbladder out. I got the cysts. Okay? Come to find that when they removed this, they took a wedge out of my ovary. I'm the first one written up with a dermoid cyst intact, which is the one you want. You really want a dermoid cyst because it mimics everything a baby does, depending on where it is. So because mine was in my ovary, it was mimicking what a baby did, forming and everything, that they didn't want me to see it. Okay? But that's something aside the fact, because the only reason they found it was I was still a virgin. Because I was not dating anybody. I was not allowed to date because she said people were out to get me. Plus, I was heavy as hell. Nobody wanted to date the geeky nerd. Now it's with that new phrase with Deschanel and everything, that new girl thing, right? Now geeky is in, right? Back then it wasn't. If you were smarter than the boys, they didn't want you, unless you were going to play baseball or basketball with them. So I missed out on a whole year of Actors Rep because of having the surgery. But here's the other dilemma. Same deal. Get up, be lazy. Get up, get up. Would not let me rest. I went back to work earlier than I should have. And the best part was she screwed up the message. They all thought I had an abortion. The way she did this. How do you like that going back to work? Because she calls the wrong people when I tell her not to call people. Do you see how my mother can screw up my life? Ever since then, it went to hell in a handbag. But it was a bright side to it. There were some guys at work that were interested in me, which later I found out was actually a game and everything. But it shaped me to be the person I am. Went out with them, didn't fit. But because they only saw what was on the surface and what my mother had been doing and everything and stuff, they figured I was a waste. And they actually said to me I was a whore, I was a waste. But I didn't sleep with them. Okay? But at this time, too, that was the year I also got my driver's license. Because I put my foot down, I said, she's not doing this to me again. If my sister gives birth to my niece, I have to be able to be there. I want to take my sister to the hospital to have my niece is safely born. So you figure I got my license. we found out an ovarian cyst. But the best part was, it was the year of 9/11. If I didn't get my license when I did, I don't know where I would be today too. I really wouldn't. Okay? Because I was the last car to get off the highway of the Deegan before they shut it down. You could see the towers from my apartment building going up in flames. My dad was supposed to be in building 7. If they didn't move the stuff, the Union Hall stuff, to Queens, my dad would be dead right now. See, there's a lot of things people don't know about me because they don't choose to ask or get to know me. They just see what's this. They just see this. They see a blonde. They see that, right? They just see what they want to see, and that's what I hate. People with blinders on. Okay? So that was like the first year of hell there. I was asked to leave. Well, actually, I left on my terms. They said I was asked to leave. No. It's still written up that I left on my own terms because they were embezzling. They were hiring people that were stealing from the safe and everything. They just wanted to run it their way. I would not send my dog to Babies R Us over there because you cannot. It's a fire trap too. You can't get out of that store. I was there from the day they built it, and I just tell people, make sure you know where all the exits are. But enough about Babies R Us and everything, because throughout all that with Babies R Us and everything, I still was doing Actors Rep, and I was loving it. I was on Law and Order. I was on Law and Order regular, Criminal Intent, Convictions, SVU, all of them, you name it. I did all the Law and Orders. I was in movies like Enchanted. I was in Hitch. I was in We Own the Night, Trust the Man, Brooklyn Rules. You name it, I did these movies. And you know what? If I didn't do that, I would not be the person I am today, more outgoing and everything. It gave me the outlet I wanted. But alas, I still had to keep real jobs. So I was working at Suncoast. And Suncoast has a special meaning to me because that was where I first discovered anime. I had been shopping there for over 10 years and they finally gave me my job. Dream come true, right? But alas, things will end too because they went out of business for problems they had. And the same thing, they had a manager that used to steal money and another manager during inventory that let Elf DVDs right out the door and was going to try to blame me, but lucky I stayed and everything. People who try to deceive and hurt me usually end up getting what they deserve in the end. And basically, I want to continue with that too because I'm looking, I just realized the clock too. It's like, I don't realize how fast the time is going and everything, and I don't want these to get messed up because I know how YouTube is. But I want to talk about Suncoast, I want to talk about more Babies R Us, I want to talk about everything. But right now, because especially when I found the turtle, when I was working at Babies R Us, I actually found a turtle, and somebody told me I should have sold it, but the manager wouldn't let me put it in the store, and he threw it in the back of Babies R Us. So if you guys find a turtle in the back of Babies R Us, that's mine, alright? Because a truck ran over him and I rescued him, alright? But let me stop this one and go to, oh god, I forgot what one I'm at. So I have 2, 4, 6, 7, this is 8, so part 9, alright? And we'll talk more about that. Okay, bye.